Welcome back, guys. Back at it again with another reactions video. My name is Angel. Today I'm going to be reacting to 10 minutes straight of Larry Bird facts that will change your mind on who is the GOAT. Now let me know down in the comments where you guys have Larry Bird ranked. I have Larry Bird ranked number 2 of the all-time greatest NBA players, and obviously number 1 is Michael Jordan. Now let me know where you guys have Larry Bird ranked. And with all that being said, let's get to the video.
Nobody worked as hard as Larry. He was the first guy there. He was the last guy to leave. He wore that body out with the jumpers and the running and the movement and the concentration and the focus and the discipline and the sacrifice. He had it all.
Larry Bird dominated his era, and no fact may better prove that point than this one. For 6 straight seasons from 1981 to 1986, Bird was either the MVP or the runner-up, and he also finished in the top 2 spots in 7 out of 8 seasons from 1981 to 1988. Larry Legend is the only person in NBA history to win League MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year. From the 1984-85 season through the 1987-88 season, Larry shot 51.7% from the field, 41.4% from three-point range, and 90.1% from the free throw line.
And that's, you can only imagine if he played in this era. They had only 3 shot attempts per game. And his 3-point percentage was 40, above 40. Man, and his free throws. Like, you could play defense back then. Now you can't. You can imagine his free throws would be doubled. And he was a 90% free throw shooter. And he shoots about 50% from the field as a small forward. But, like, he actually shoots the ball. Not like, man, that's crazy. For 4 years straight. Even his other years when he was, like, not playing as well. I mean, he played well anyways. Look at his stats all over around. Gee.
That means Larry Legend doesn't just have a 50-40-90 season on his resume percentages. During that stretch, he averaged 28.1 points per game. Other than the great Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, no player has ever scored that many points per game in a single season while putting up 50-40-90 percentages. And again, Larry did that over a 4-year stretch. Larry Bird has one of the greatest performances of all time that people don't talk about quite enough. Officially, only 4 players in NBA history have ever achieved the incredible quadruple-double, and Larry Legend was very close to joining this elite few. It was on February 18th, 1985 against the Utah Jazz. According to Larry himself, this may have been the greatest game of his career, as he poured in 30 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, 9 steals.
Holy smokes. 30 points, 9 steals, 10 assists, 12 total rebounds. He actually had a bad day shooting free throws. 3-pointers, 204, 13 and 22 on the field. Man, 33 minutes.
And 2 blocks on 59.1 shooting. The Celtics were destroying the Jazz in just about every aspect. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, they were leading by 22 points.
He didn't even play the 4th?
Bird didn't even play in the 4th quarter. That means he almost put up an insane quadruple-double in only 3 quarters. Casey Jones was the Celtics head coach, and when he realized early in the 4th quarter that Larry was only 1 still shy of the historic quadruple-double, he asked him if he would like to go back into the game, but Bird refused and said he already did enough damage.
His shot was just so
Bird
perfect,
is hilarious.
you know, and not only was it perfect, you know, my mother-in-law nicknamed his jump shot Silent Death, because when he shot it, the ball just like rolled in the air, and it was almost like it was playing a song, the way it was like just moving in the air, and then it would just swish through.
Larry shot 37.6% from 3-point distance, which is an even greater percentage than Damian Lillard's, who now many people are putting in the conversation of the greatest shooters of all time. Larry was also much better from 3-point range in the second half of his career over the first. The reason for this is because Larry's rookie season in the NBA was also the year that the NBA introduced the 3-point shot, which was 1979. This means that Bird wasn't practicing the 3-ball throughout his years in high school and college.
I didn't know that.
Instead, he literally
developed
his 3-point shot during his years in the NBA, and he hadn't mastered it until the mid-80s, which drastically affected his career percentages. On top of that, Bird was an even better shooter when it mattered the most, as he shot 42.2% from 3-point range over his career in the NBA Finals. That
NBA
finals
Finals?
percentage is greater than the finals efficiency of both Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
This guy, I think he was born to play basketball. Seeing him come in and making the adjustment early, taking a team that had won 20 games the year before, next year, I mean, they're 40 plus, and the next year is 60.
Larry Bird had one of the best rookie campaigns in recent memory, even if he came when he was supposed to compete with other elite stars like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Julius Erving to win an MVP award. The forward averaged 21.3 points and 10.4 rebounds per game, while also showing the capability to dominate defenses.
In his rookie year?
Unsurprisingly, Larry accumulated MVP votes and managed to finish fourth in the MVP race as a rookie. He immediately turned the Celtics franchise around. A year after winning 29 games, Boston, with Bird leading the charge, won 61 games. Bird won Rookie of the
What a
Year,
turnaround.
shooting 47.4% from the field, 40.6% from three, and 83.6% from the line. The Celtics had yet another
He beat Magic out for Rookie of the Year, and Magic won a title that year. That's just saying something right there. Just to note that.
superstar in their history, but this one was seemingly a little different. At age 23, Bird only finished runner-up to Kareem, Irving, and George Gervin in the MVP race. In the
That's a list.
1980-81
What a list.
season, a year after making the Eastern Conference Finals with rookie Bird on the squad as the best rookie in the league, the Boston Celtics once again had their star for the season. Bird went out with a bang, competing in 82 games. The forward's numbers were very consistent, as he posted 21.2 points and 10.9 rebounds per game, while leading the
Sheesh.
Celtics to the best record in the East.
And Braun's a
team
better
could stop
rebounder
the
than
player
him?
when he
You're
was cooking
right.
as a scorer, passer, and rebounder. The Celtics ended up defeating the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals, which capped off an all-time great season by Larry and his first NBA championship.
What a G.
Bird finished second 3 times before he finally captured his well-deserved MVP award. Bird's stat line during the 1984 season was incredibly complete with 24.2 points, 10.1 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.8 steals, and 0.9 blocks per game. As expected, Bird won his first MVP award and also winning in 7 games against the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA
That's
Finals.
impressive.
Bird had the highest MVP finish of his career to date in the 1984-85 season, when he posted 28.7 points, 10.5
Sheesh.
rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.6 steals, and 1.2 blocks per game. He finished first in the MVP race. The superstar Celtics player came ahead of legends Magic Johnson and Moses Malone. Bird had the numbers to win the MVP award, and the narrative was on his side because the team finished first in the East. Bird began staking his claim as possibly the most dominant talent at the small forward spot in NBA history.
Yeah, he
Larry
is.
was also one of the most clutch players in NBA history. He had numerous game-winning shots in both regular season and the playoffs, and he was
Sounds like
known
it's
for making
Barkley.
the big play when his team needed it most, whether on offense or defense. Larry was arguably the greatest passing forward of all time. His court vision, high basketball IQ, and team
He loves
play
that
was
pass.
off the charts. This aspect of his game is sometimes overlooked because of
What?
the reality that he played in the same era as Magic Johnson. But as far as 6'9" small forwards go, Larry was as close to Magic's passing
pass.
skills. Larry averaged a whopping 10 rebounds per game over the course of his career. He wasn't just a solid rebounder, he was one of the all-time greats at it. Among primary small forwards, Larry has the 3rd greatest rebound per game average in NBA history.
Only Elgin Baylor
These
probably
are one
better.
of those stats that testify to the hustle and heart that he played with each and every night of his career. Bird was also an underrated defender. Larry played with heart and effort on both sides of the basketball every game. He wasn't
Oh,
the
man, he
greatest
actually
shot
got that.
blocker, but he did average more blocks per game over his career than LeBron James has. Larry also averaged
Oh.
a high 1.7 steals per game over his career. He was tenacious and scrappy, and he was a quality on-vault offender. He also made 3 all-defense teams in his career. In 1985, Bird was at home with his mother and was wanting to help her build her new driveway. While Bird was out there shoveling gravel for his mom, something happened that would change the rest of his career. Bird brutally injured his back, which would then be an ongoing battle with pain and spasms.
Damn,
for
I
the
should have
rest of
hired
his career.
construction, my guy.
Ultimately, these back issues would play a part in Bird leaving the game earlier than many other athletes. Though while this injury begun and took place in
That
1985, Bird still played 7 seasons after that injury. In
That
1986, with the back injury and the enormous pain, Bird won his 3rd MVP in a row. He is the only player to ever accomplish this since the NBA merger.
I'm really proud to receive this award for the third time, but I really don't feel that my career is over. I think I can win it some more.
The best part about Larry Bird wasn't the fact he won 3 straight MVPs. It wasn't how he won Rookie of the Year and then guided the Boston Celtics to 3 championships in the 80s. What's best about Bird is he never changed. With the Celtics, he was the same guy he was at Indiana State and the same guy he was at Springs Valley High School in French Lick, Indiana. Bird never cared about glory. Fame and fortune never changed him. Individual achievements didn't motivate him. He was all about winning. Tell us in the comments, what is your favorite Larry Bird moment?
Man, what a great video of Larry Bird. It just sucks that, if he didn't get injured his back, like what that would have done. He probably won more MVPs, more championships, more accolades, more statistics going up. And he was still able to win MVP with his back messed up. Like, if he played in this era with the way the medical field is and all that stuff, and more information on how to heal after games or how to eat better and how to do things differently. And yeah, Larry Bird would, oh man. I personally think he's the greatest small forward. It's my personal opinion. It's no offense to anybody. If you like anybody else, with watching all these videos of Larry Bird and understanding, how the game is played now and the rule settings and circumstances, in my opinion, I would take Larry Bird over just about any other player, even Michael Jordan in certain circumstances. Because when Bird was in his prime, he gave it to Mike, and when Mike was in his prime, Larry Bird wasn't, and that's when, Michael started winning his titles when Larry Bird wasn't there. So I would say Larry Bird is 1A, 1B, to it, and not even 2, not even the second greatest, just like 1A, 1B to Jordan. But that's my opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, where you guys have Larry Bird ranked, what you guys thought of the video. If there's any more videos I should react to of Larry Bird, let me know down in the comments. And with all that being said, if you like the content, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next video.